welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Singles Week. Today I'm super excited to talk about some elevated neutrals. I feel like the neutral single shadows that I'm going to be talking about are kind of walking this fine line and the best of both worlds when it comes to neutrals. I feel like for a long time I thought of neutrals as just like boring and whatever, and although they maybe are not as exciting to look at, I definitely appreciate a good neutral, but these neutrals they're more, man. They are more than that. I feel like if you love color, you would love these, but if you love neutrals and you're kind of scared of color, you would love these, or these could be a good stepping stone for you to do something different. There's something about each of these shades that I feel like has an elevated nature to it, whether it's the duochrome, the texture of it, something about the tiny tint and color. And I have 18 single shadows to talk about. I'll give you this kind of overview of what's in here. So definitely very neutral, almost all sparkle shades, and I made sure that each of these shadows was actually available for purchase, so you can buy all of these individually. None of these are limited edition or not available any longer. Unfortunately, I feel like with singles, you know, depending on the brand and whatnot, they get discontinued. They might be part of a limited edition collection, whatever it is, and so I really wanted to make sure that if you liked one of these shadows, you could still go get it. And I have quite a few different brands to kind of showcase and talk about in here, so maybe some will be similar, and if they are to each other, I'll let you know. But I really wanted to shout out different brands, shout out different price points, that type of stuff in here. But I still kept it very, very, I feel like, condensed down because I could have put so much more in here. But we're talking about 18 shadows. I really hope you enjoy the video, and let's just get into the shadows. Naturally, I'm gonna start off with JD Glow. I have 4 different shadows from them, and you've probably heard me talk about these. I might sound like a broken record, but I absolutely love Unexpected from JD Glow. It is my top recommendation from them. I have Pan in mind, so you know it's good. This is an absolutely stunning, beautiful, sparkly, textured duochrome shade. So it has this kind of golden neutrality running through it, but there's also something kind of teal, kind of green. There's a red base on it, and then when you mix that with the texture on this, it's just absolutely stunning. If ever I want to create something breathtaking, but I still want to be not too out there, this is the perfect eyeshadow topper. Actually, you know what? Little impromptu moment. We're gonna put it on my eyes and I'll show you how it transforms this look. Let's do it. So I'm just taking my finger and I'm gonna tap this over. Oh, it is stunning. It is so beautiful. You can see some of that like kind of greeny blue coming out, but there's nothing in here that screams so green or so blue that it then becomes too colorful. And that's why I feel like this is such a perfect one for people who, you know, maybe don't want too much color, or even people who do love color. This can be paired with matte outer corner colors of all different varieties. Blue, maroon, green, like anything you want to do. Absolutely stunning. There's almost like a purple bit to it as well. So there it is on the eyes. I didn't have like an actual demo for this video, so I'm glad I could kind of showcase how this one looks. It is so good. I won't go on and on. You guys probably already know my love for it, but I do really love Unexpected. I'm also going to shout out Good God here. I definitely don't use this nearly as much as Unexpected because it is more of a cool toned shade. So this one, I feel like if you love those icy champagnes, those light pinks, although this isn't pink, this has almost like a blue, purple, violet shift to it. It is stunning, and I think if you go for more cool toned looks, this would be absolutely amazing. So it is just as good as Unexpected. It's obviously just different colors, so if you feel like this would suit you more, I don't think you're going to be disappointed by the texture and the glow on this. It is beautiful. The last 2 shades I wanted to mention from JD Glow are more metallic, and so I just feel like these metallic shades, if you're looking for a metallic neutral in these colors, they're just top tier. So this one first is Hey Poppy. This, I mean, it's like I've dipped my finger in liquid gold. It is that pigmented and metallic. This one doesn't have a sparkly texture on it, but it is just, I mean, the pigment goes on and on and on. It just never ends. It is a stunning shade. I feel like for the price, it's amazing. This reminds me of something you could get in a Tasha Denona and everyone would be salivating over. Like, it is that stunning and that gorgeous. It's a soft gold, and I also really like that about it. So it has a yellow quality, but it's not like a yellow gold. And if you're into those metallic shiny shades, this one's stunning. Same kind of formula, but this one is a silver. It's called Visions, and again, just so shiny, so pigmented. It is, it is just stunning to put your fingers in. This one has a bit of a deeper base on it, but again, if you're looking for like just a solid silver for a smoky eye or whatever, this one is beautiful. Oh my gosh, I thought I only had 4 JD Glow, but I actually have 5. How could I forget 365? 365 is another one of my absolute favorite shades. This is a gold, but there is a green and red hue to this. This is another one of the Galaxy shadows, so this one does have like a sparkle to it. It's just so good. It is so good. I feel like this is on the verge of becoming kind of colorful because the gold in it does kind of skew almost lime. But you know, I feel like a yellow gold or golden colors, anything in those metallic range, copper, brass, silver, to me, those definitely are seen more as neutrals in looks. You could pair them with different browns and whatnot. So I think it still fits just barely. And I love that it has this like red base to it. It is just such a stunning one. Sometimes if I'm doing a really dark look, even this just tapped on the brow bone out like almost over the brow, it's so beautiful because it's textured as well. So I absolutely love 365 too. JD Glow has a lot of good ones, but I really feel like those are the tops if you're looking for more neutral shades out of their line. Next, we'll talk about Looxi. I only have one shadow from Looxi, and that's mostly because so much of their stuff is like limited edition, or I've just been collecting for a very long time from their shadows. But I checked on the website and Angel's Wings is available. So I was so happy to see that this was a possibility to purchase. This is almost as if Good God and Unexpected from JD Glow had a baby. This has like a red base, so there's something a little bit deeper and a little bit warmer to it than Good God. But then it also does have a bit of the blue and purple quality, but then that kind of teal coming from Unexpected. So this one is just so stunning, so sparkly, and you cannot beat the price. I believe these are $3, so great one. Angel's Wing is a great one. I feel like it always ends up being in my custom palettes that I'm making, especially when there's like a neutral shimmer shade in a palette, and then I'm like, well, might as well beef it up with something fun, and I'll always put this in. So love Angel Wings. I want to talk about some of my favorite shades from Glam Shop that I feel like are neutral. They have so many amazing shadows that are so textured, so beautiful. Could have made it in a video, and I will be having a swatch party or like full collection Glam Shop swatches coming, I believe, on Sunday for Singles Week, so stay tuned to that. But I do want to shout out 5 different ones. First, this is the shade Decorative, and if you're looking for the sparkly version of any of those champagne shades that you might love so much in a palette that you use every single day, maybe on your lid, Decorative is the enhanced, absolutely stunning version. It is the sparkly textured version of that. So yeah, get on it. It's so pretty. I absolutely love this. This is another one that I feel like I use a lot in palettes that I recreate because there's nothing colorful about this. I mean, this is a truly neutral shade, but it has that brilliant texture to it that I feel like really does make it so special and so different than other stuff out there. So absolutely love this. I believe this is a turbo shadow, and their turbo glows are absolutely stunning and definitely a really beautiful texture that they do. If you're looking for more of a taupey shade, Cold Smoke is stunning, probably one of my favorites from the brand in general. This one would make a great lid shade. This could make an all over kind of one and done. I would probably still put some type of matte, but it is more of a taupey silver, and then the base has more of a neutral to it. So absolutely stunning. You're getting a bit of dimension there because the base is a little bit different than what it shines, and I love that. But again, completely neutral, like completely neutral, just very textured. This next one isn't a duochrome, and it looks almost green, but there's something, again, neutral about this, and I just think this is a stunning kind of greeny gray shade, and I wanted to give it a shout out. It's kind of sagey, but I feel like in the right look, again, it's gonna look neutral. I feel like if you put it next to colors, it looks neutral. You put it next to neutrals, you're like, hey, what's that green shade doing in here? So this is the color Smash Hit. And again, it has that same beautiful texture, but I think that the color on it is just this tiny tinge different enough that I feel like it's very unique, and really to me just like the epitome of like an elevated neutral, doing something different in a realm that tends to be very the same, you know, kind of it's been done before. This is something different. The last two shades that I have from Glam Shop, these ones are more those duochromes that I can never get enough of ever. So first we have Asteroid. This is a red kind of purple based blue, green, kind of gray shifting shadow. This is very similar to like one of the shadows that's in the rose quartz palette from Huda Beauty, like that type of thing going on, where it's definitely can play neutral if you want it to, but it does have a bit of a pinky red purple base to it. It's not really colorful, but it's also not really a neutral. I love shadows like this. I have so many shadows so similar to this, but they all have something a little different, but Asteroid I think is so pretty. The other one that I have is called Vegas Bis, I believe, and this one's a little bit darker. So this has a bit more of like a gray to it, a little bit more of a deeper blue, a deeper purple. The base on it is also a little more pigmented. You can see that red really coming through here. But this one is another really great one, a little bit more branching out into color, but I think very neutral. If you wanted to pair it with browns, you could do that, but you could also pair it with a really deep purple. I really would love that too. And I feel like it's like the darker version of the Asteroid shade. Like they're very similar, but this is like the more saturated version. Next, I have a few more one-offs. I wanted to mention the shade Asteroid. I know I just got done talking about Asteroid, but it's just such a inspirational name, isn't it? But this one's from Pretties For Your face, and this is similar to the other Asteroid, maybe not as like textured and as piecey of sparkle to this one, but absolutely stunning nonetheless. It has, again, kind of that red base. It almost has a mauve-y purple to it, but then it flashes a little bit blue. But all of these colors are definitely more muted. There's almost some type of neutral leaning, like a warm silver, because it's not actually silver, but there's something over it that definitely doesn't lend itself to be super colorful. And I just thought I would shout this one out because I do think it's a really great one from the brand. I believe their shadows run like $5, depending on if you get something more special, it could go up a little bit. And that one's just really pretty in my collection. The one that I wanted to shout out from Sydney Grace is Tiara, and this is a stunning taupey silver metallic shade. This one doesn't have sparkle to it, but again, it is just like that full-blown, you know, super shiny metallic color. I find this just to be a really special shade. Like, you know when you swatch it, you know when you use it that, man, that's a good one, you know? It's a standout from the line, I think. I really love this, and if you love cool tones, like this is a must-have. It's a beautiful, beautiful shade, and I feel like Sydney Grace's quality is top-notch. Last two brands, I have a few shadows I wanted to shout out from Lethal. Lethal has one of the only mattes that I put in here, and this is the color Corrosion. There is just something that is so juicy to me about this type of like red plummy brown. I love it. There's something about them that makes it where you can wear this with cool shades, but you could also wear it with warm shades, and I find that to be so special and so unique. And when we're talking about some of these shadows that I feel like flip from a warm red brown base to like a cool blue, like teal, that feels like, what the heck do I use with that? But I always find a plummy brown like this works absolutely perfectly. And so I just think this is a stunning color, and oddly enough, I don't feel like these are as common as you might expect. So I definitely wanted to give this one a shout out. The other one that I have in here is just a standout when it comes to like an everyday easy one shadow look. This is the color Lithium, and it almost looks like nothing, like what's the big deal? But there's something about this bronze. It has first like a bit of a base on it that pulls kind of red, so I feel like it gives you this almost rose gold redwood metallic look. while still being, again, bronze and neutral. And I do find there's something special about it. I also find that for me, for a little bit more of a sultry look, this is a perfect one shadow look for me, and I love that. Again, because it has that darker base, I can blend it into the crease and put it all over the lid, and it works perfectly one and done shade. So I really love that. And although it doesn't have any sparkle to it, the shine on this isn't even super metallic like some of those JD Glow, but I think that's what makes it work so well for a one shadow look. And I just find there's something really special about it. I feel like it's elevated to me every single time I've used it. I've always thought that, man, there's something special about that one. I do have a code for Lethal if you guys are going to shop. It's 10% off, and that is monetarily affiliated. They have tons of singles. I feel like they're more known for like their colors, and I really prefer a lot of their mattes as well. So it's really fun over there. You can create custom palettes and see how those are going to look with everything together. And even on their Instagram too, I highly suggest checking out their Instagram. Even if you just want inspiration to creating new color stories, even if you don't have their exact single shadows, they're always coming up with new combinations of their singles, and I think it could be really inspiring. So anyway, okay, last brand is Clionadh, and you've definitely heard me talk about these before, so the end here shouldn't be too big of a surprise, but I have 3 to shout out. The first one here, this one is called Chandelier. I love this so much as a single shadow one look. Now this is a little bit colorful. It has a green, pink, kind of purple shift to it. You're really only seeing the green right now, but I promise there is like this pinky, violety, purpley blue thing going on as well. My favorite way to wear this is honestly just all over the lid, kind of even blended into the brow bone. Maybe my highlighter is also up there on my brow, some mascara, and that's it. It's very bright-eyed, very fresh, and I really like the way that looks. I feel like it's a nice contrast. Sometimes color can get kind of dark and intense, I guess, and there's something about the way that using that adds some color, something a little unexpected, but still very bright and light, and I feel like refreshing. Similar to that, but a little bit deeper, Carving. This one's probably my favorite one. Maybe this is my favorite one to do that with. I don't know. This has a bit more of a base on it. A similar color scheme though. You can see here, I feel like the green or tone in this is a slightly more tealy blue green, whereas the Chandelier shade is a little more limey. But this is another stunning one shadow look, or maybe just a little bit in the outer corner slash crease, like a mid-tone or transition color for me. Again, mascara, I'm out the door. So, so beautiful. And last, I wanted to put in Grisaille. This has that purpley red pink base with a purple blue shimmer over it, and it is stunning. It's very similar, I feel like, to Vegas B. I'm gonna put that on, or Vegas Bis, but not exact. It's not exact, okay? It's just not. But it's kind of similar to that, where it has that deeper base, more of the deeper colors going on. But again, there's something kind of neutral about this, and it pairs so well with neutrals, so I think it's an elevated. I consider this like an elevated neutral. Well, I can hear the yard work guys coming. I'm sure you can too. So I'm gonna end the video here. I hope you enjoyed seeing some of these beautifully textured neutral shades. So many shimmers, so many metallics, one matte. I got one in there, but I'd love to know what your favorite elevated neutral shades are, especially if they're singles. And I really love that if one of these called to you, you could just buy that one shade. That is obviously the beauty of single shadows, as opposed to some of these really beautiful shades within a palette where everything else maybe is a little lackluster. So anyway, I hope you're enjoying Singles Week. Thank you so much for being here. And other than that, I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.